missed a connecting cable, so I'm doing this from my AirPods, so hopefully everyone can hear me. Let's go ahead and close this. Let's get ready, because now, since I'm actually not driving, I can do proper creator spotlight. My apologies for previous, which would be Rod. I was actually driving while I did his because I wanted to make sure I did not miss, the proper time being Friday. So let's pull up some things on the computer. So I have my computer behind me and I'm ready. Let me do this and we are going to get into it. Let some folks come in. What's up, Josh? What's going on? It's good talking to you last night on the round table. Let's see here. Look at these members. Call me Lonnie is in the house. First and foremost, before I begin this creator spotlight, I would like to thank my newest members to the membership of the channel. And according to my thing here, I'm looking beyond the computer. I touched on Call Me Lonnie and Darius Jamal before, and I have One Way Travels and Joe Barreto, who are the newest members of the channel, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for showing me that support. It is always, always, always appreciated. So as you know, I do a creator spotlight, do a little Q&A. That way, we can stay in touch and see what's going on. So without further ado, my creator spotlight for today, March 29th, this Friday, 2024, is none other than someone that everyone knows, the premier Spanish-speaking creator in this space. That is Senor Cesar Joel. I probably didn't even say that right, but all of his videos are in Spanish. Everyone knows Cesar. It's Cesar Joel. Everyone knows him, period. As a matter of fact, as always, let me pull the computer up. I'll show you. As always, I pull up the creators page to make sure that I have all the pertinent information. Now, all of Cesar's videos are in Spanish. He has done English-speaking interviews. He is bilingual. I met him. I had the joy of meeting him in person in Vegas at the creator meetup. And I tell you what, Cesar is one of the nicest people that you could ever meet. And then on top of that, even though I do not speak the language, I make it my business to join his lives. I watch some of his videos to make sure I show support because he is everywhere. He has a channel coming through at just under 4,000 subscribers. It's just, to be honest with you, when you think Spanish-speaking channel, you think Cesar. He's the big hermano, the big brother. You know what I'm saying? He's a great guy. Even Sledge Inc. team is co-signing, saying that's his brother from another mother. He's ruling the Spanish-speaking PR YouTube space. He has a great volume of videos. You guys can please feel free to check out his channel. Please feel free to check out his channel. All the titles are in Spanish, but great thumbnails. He has Shorts Game, and he has those coming up. And he covers a wide range of topics, including card comparisons, Amex, Chase. I do believe he has some city stuff here. On the front, he has Point.me. He actually covers a lot of the services as well. He's very well-rounded, and in the English-speaking realm, the comments that he leaves on our videos lets us know that he is versed in pretty much everything that is going on here. In addition to that, Cesar is a known, and in some circles, notorious Hilton loyalist. So he's got some ideas for some Hilton stuff for when I go to Puerto Rico, and I'm looking forward to it. But to be honest with you, just like Call Me Lonnie says in the chat, Cesar is a real one. Great spotlight. Second, that authentic and genuine human being. I tell you what, Lonnie, when you meet him in person, it's going to take it literally up a couple of notches. He is an awesome individual. Now, I've even tried watching some of his videos to pick up Spanish a little bit more, but I found with native speakers, they speak like really fast. So it's a little difficult for me, but I always show support. Cesar deserves it. Just period. You can't really throw a rock too far and meet anyone who's really in the credit card community who does not know his name because he interacts with everyone. Sorry about that. I had a little thing. I think I have a little thing in my throat. So I'm looking here, and if you go to his page, everything is in Spanish, including the description. But his links are live. I am a huge fan. Please support your creators. If you can use his links to help him out, use his links to help him out because Cesar, he joins the lives, he interacts with everyone, and he's just a fantastic human being. And I find it, really good that I can get to showcase his channel. Because as I always say, these creator spotlights are for channels that otherwise may or may not get drowned out in the minutia of the credit card space. And I understand most of us are English speakers, but he does have quite the command of the Spanish speaking community, and he commands their respect and attention, and rightfully so. I know some of my bilingual subscribers, they're very well acquainted and know Cesar Joel very well. But he is a great example of how just simply a name in some cases can be enough. His name carries that weight, and it is my pleasure and honor to feature him on this spotlight. So I do believe he's going to be in New Orleans for this credit card creator meetup that we're going to have this Labor Day. So I'm looking forward to seeing him again and hanging out with him. And definitely when I do make it to Puerto Rico, he will be my first call. Period. As soon as I touch down, that is it. Hey, Andrea Charles is in the house live on Good Friday. Yes, actually just cleared up some work and I'm going to be heading out, but I wanted to make sure that I got this live up and just wanted to say what's up to everybody in the live. Call me Lonnie, Josh Giebel, Cogito Ergo Sum. Love the name as always. I'm a big fan of Latin. And the big homie sledging team is in the house. Andrea Charles, friend of the channel, in the house. And MR, another member of the channel, says this community makes Good Friday a great Friday. Salute. I couldn't agree more. Now, so just in case you were just now joining us, just wanted to let you know that this week's Creator Spotlight is on Cesar Joel. Great friend of the channel, huge in the community, and like a lot of us, he went from commenter to creator. At least I would assume. He's been doing this since 2010, but like my page says I've been doing this since 2018, and I really started in 2022. But I remember seeing his comments before I saw his channel. Much like Sledge, like John, we all went from commenters to creators, and he's just, he's rocking it on the Spanish speaking tip. So we got to get him on some more English interviews. I think I definitely want to go live with him. Me and him are supposed to go live, but things had come up, but I never actually did. I never forgot. So I'll definitely be making time to do that. And then this way, now all of you guys know, and you can hold me accountable as well. It's just with all the traveling, I've not been able to sit down and actually have a tandem live with anybody. Because as you know, since December, I've been in multiple different time zones. So it's been a bad look. So now with that, once again, give it up for Cesar Joel. If I had one of my moderators in, I would totally have them link his channel for anybody who's coming in. As a matter of fact, let's do that. Let's see here. Oops. Perfect. So now, not only is Call Me Lonnie, but Sledge are now both moderators. Boom. So if you get a chance, can you please link Cesar Joel's channel in the chat? So now, with that being considered, we have covered the creator spotlight, and I am ready for any questions that you guys might have. So now with that, my most recent video that I put in, I've been reading the comments and trying to respond to the comments. And yeah, they've been, you know what I mean? They've been kind of, they varied. And I remember putting this video together thinking to myself that, you know, I have to I have to make sure that I'm reaching out to my people. You know what I mean? Like my goals for this year is still new, is to make sure that I form a rock solid connection with my core audience. As you know, one of the great things about being small is that I can pivot, I can change direction. It's nothing for me to do corrections, it's nothing for me to do edits. And, I will go live in an instant. And that is something I really enjoy. I enjoyed live January, and this video is no different. I really want to talk to you guys about pop up jail because a lot of people think that there's just something about it. And there really isn't. It's business doing business and business doing business well in the interest of business. Had a fantastic discussion about it at the round table last night with Call Me Lonnie. Uh, Mike Wong from One Way Travels. He joined late, but we had Matt Clausen in there. We had John R. We had Josh Gable. We had Key from Key's Adventures. Also, please check out her channel. Also, John R. You guys know who I'm talking about. John's channel. He just recently did videos about the journey and the Amex Delta card that he got with no sub. Please, let's show him some support. He supports everybody. It kind of aggravates me that it's that hard to build him up with people that he so fervently supports. In addition to that, who else was in? I had Call Me Lonnie was in. John Matt. I'm trying to think of who else was there. But we had Anthony Venture ended up coming through. You know, we had a great group of people, and we were able to really discuss, you know, pop up jail and just some state of affairs in the community as a whole. And I really did enjoy it. So let's see here. Et Points Home says, "Hello, Chad. All you guys have really inspired me with maximizing and being more responsible and strategic with using credit cards." Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I hope that we have. I hope that you can use them for the tool that they can be. You have people that come and say, "Oh, you have this many credit cards, you're going to be in debt." Well, it's kind everything's a nail to a hammer. And if, the fact that people are entrusting you with money means that you have to go in debt is your mindset, then yeah, every credit account is going to be debt. So I'm happy for you and I hope things go well for you. Oh, Luke's Point to Miles is in the building. Everybody, look, I know everybody in there has to know Luke. Luke is a great guy. I've met him in person a couple of times. Looking forward to actually linking up with him again in the summer and at the Creative Meetup. Hopefully, it comes down to New Orleans, which I do believe is one of his favorite cities. So definitely, I mean, I'll say it, even though I know you guys already do, but please check out Luke's channel. He's a real down to earth guy, and when he says it, he does it. There's really no mincing and no in between. If he didn't do it, he's not even going to talk about it. Let's see who else is coming in. Filmo coming in hot. What's up, everyone? Checking in from San Antonio, in town for the Spurs Knicks game. Go Knicks. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, fun fact about me. I've never been to a professional basketball game, football game, or baseball game. And I do believe this year I'm going to try to do a pro football game and a pro basketball game. The wife, I think she's been like hockey games and all sorts of stuff. It's wild. She'll go anywhere. So that is definitely something I'm going to do. But I appreciate you, Filmo, for coming through. So let's talk about how my strategy is working out. I did a live where I talked about my credit card strategy, about spending and getting to American Airlines status to help me with my Qatar Q Suites booking. I tell you what, I am an earner and burner, and I spent my points, and building them back up, it kind of hurts, especially when you're doing it without subs, organic spend. It stings. I got 9 more months. I got a couple of trips planned. I'm gonna be heading to Texas. Gonna be going to Boston. Gonna be going I believe South Carolina. I got a couple of things in the works, and Niagara Falls, and maybe the Grand Canyon. So let's see what happens with the organic spend to build that up. But man, this one is going to be tight, and I'm still going to be putting this trip together for the end of the year for next January, going out to Doha, Qatar, trying to hit Cairo, trying to hit Dubai, and then package the whole trip and bring it back. Plus, I got to go to New Orleans this year, so it's going to be a good time. But I just want to thank you guys for coming in. I just once again want to remind you guys this creator spotlight goes out to Cesar Joel. His channel is linked in the chat. Amazing Paramount Spanish speaking creator, a friend to many of the creators who are in this channel. I know Luke can vouch, Sledge can vouch, Lonnie can vouch. Amazing individual. I just want to make sure that you guys know Cesar Joel is the focus of today. So now I'm looking through some of these comments. As a matter of fact, speaking of him, his last comment on my pop-up jail video was got to spend to earn. I've been several times in pop-up jail, and most times I had to spend my way out or go for business cards. That's it. That's all there is to it. Just had to address the fact that, spend is critical. Irresponsible spend is not, but spend period is critical. People come in and you're not going to extract all the value in the world out of these companies without them getting something in return. And trust me, if you have gigantic spend, these internal measures don't even apply to you. If I have 20, 30 million floating through JP Morgan as a private client, do you think the 524 rule applies to me? Absolutely not. Just forget about it. You know what I mean? I got a couple million floating through Amex and I've charged that much to their cards. Trust me, they'll give me as many credit cards as I want. Pop up jail will be a thing of the past. You'd be surprised what spend will do to you. Obviously within your means, but spend is the key. I don't care what it is. Oh, and the man of the hour has just joined. Cesar Joel, you are the focus of today's spotlight, man. That's not let's go me, it's let's go you. I appreciate you, brother, and all the support that you've given my channel. I appreciate all the support that you've given Matt Clausen's channel, Luke's channel, Lonnie's channel, Sledge's channel, everybody in here, man. This one is for you. You've pretty much been to every single creator spotlight, and now it's your turn to be the guest of honor. I welcome you. I thank you, and just want to let you know that both I and the community appreciate you, and I appreciate all the work that you do. Yeah, MR says give all to Cesar. That is Cesar's. That's it. Oh, and also Matt Clausen is in the building, another one of my moderators. Great guy, great creator. Just crossed over the soft monetization hump. So let's show him some support. His credit tidbits are amazing. It really showcases what a small channel can do because he can pivot and get the news out before anybody else, period. So he's actually where I go to get some of my credit card news because a lot of times nobody's beating them. Nobody's going to beat them to it. So that works for me. So yeah, man, Cesar's in the house. I really like it when the people I spotlight do join during the live. So going forward, if you hear me spotlight somebody and you happen to know them, please feel free to shoot them an invite because I definitely like to, because since we do these things, I like to give people their flowers. I like to congratulate them face to face. So that's what it is. So funny thing is, and here's a fun fact. When I formalize a creator spotlights, my first one was actually Spencer Johnson. But a fun fact about Matt Clausen, who is in the chat, is literally a spotlight video is kind of what nudged him into content creation. And he'll tell you that I pushed him. And honestly, I really don't think I did. I think it was always in him. And, he just did his thing. But Cesar, you're it, man. ET points home. I'm sorry, I missed your comment. It says, I really thank you guys all in the credit card YouTube community are very supportive with each other. It is refreshing to see something like community you guys have. Hey man, it's great. And I mean the community really does, it's really the spice of these things. And I've always said that in the community, it's okay if we disagree. It's totally okay. Period. It is very much so okay. It doesn't really lessen the quality of the degree because there are creators, some of the things that they say I don't particularly agree with. And I know some of the things that I say, some of the creators definitely don't agree with because I don't really follow the cutout of the. Okay, all right, I'm back. Sorry. But yeah, let's get back to the chat here. Gotta say, Matt Clausen is a very good channel and love the content for the news. That's from ET Points Home. Call Me Lonnie says, Cesar has literally taken time out of his multiple times to help me test my equipment behind the scenes, provide tips to me as a creator so I can grow, I can show up. I'm sorry, the words on my shirt are blending with the white of the letters. So Cesar has literally taken time out of his day multiple times to help test my equipment behind the scenes and provide tips to me as a creator so I can show up at my best. 100 genuine guy amigo. That's it. That's it, period. Really and truly, Lonnie should have hosted this one because I could not have said it better myself. That's just the kind of person that he is, and he is very much so. Uh, he's very much so deserving of this spotlight. And please check out his channel. If you know anybody who speaks Spanish, have them check out his channel. I think definitely they can find a lot of use and a lot of, information, useful information that he can provide. MR says Matt Clausen always releases the Kraken. Um, Matt Clausen says, haha, just yesterday, new hockey jersey every video. Cesar Joel says, it was a pleasure, Lonnie. MR says, Matt, are you in Washington? Matt Clausen says, nah, I have a ton of hockey jerseys, and I like the Kraken a lot. Okay. So yeah, I discovered the Kraken when I was in Seattle in December. So yeah, that's their thing. So yeah. So that's the thing. So now, in addition to that, just in case, like I said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. So now we're about to cross 20 something minutes. So I want to touch on the fact that rent day is coming up. Rent day is going to be Monday with Built. And I do believe, I don't think they have points transfers. What I do believe they have is like health challenges that you can do, but also you can still do the rent day challenge. You can still do the points challenge. So feel free to do that. So that is coming up. As far as my credit card, back to my credit card strategy, it is definitely hard. Spending up these points, still got to streamline a lot of things with the player two in order to make sure we can get this trip planned. I'm not going to lie, I have my eye on some cards. I have my eye on actually, some Amex cards to work up some family language so that way I can maximize some of the points that they will give up while they're still available. Also, we have also in recent credit news, Visa and MasterCard have agreed to cap their charges, cap their interchange fees, which could be detrimental to us, but we haven't seen how it's going to work yet with retailers who are now, if they're capped, they can then charge a surcharge in order to quote unquote cover those fees. But that's not going to come to us. But remember that when they cap their fees, that Visa Infinite, that World Elite MasterCard might end up offering a few less items that they normally offer. So you definitely want to keep an eye out for that. Let's look back into the chat here. Pop, 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 pop. All right, ET Points. Holmes says, I don't speak Spanish, but Caesar provides essential education to people speaking Spanish. I'm hoping to do the same for Filipino community because we have a lack of education regarding credit. So, ET Points Home, you are Filipino, so I would assume if you don't speak Spanish, do you speak Tagalog? By all means, please put it in the chat because I've met quite a few. I've learned a couple of things in Tagalog, and I think it's pretty awesome. Like a lot of the nurses that I've worked with are Filipino, and a lot of people in the medical community out west that I worked with were Filipino. So let me know in the chat if you are fluent in Tagalog because there's no reason why you can't start a bilingual Tagalog channel. Says, yes, I speak Tagalog, but mainly Ilocano. I hope I read that right. Well, hey, look, I am always one to say, get your ideas out there. So if you need help, you can join me on the Venture Capital Discord. You can uh, direct message me on Instagram at Chad's Money Minutes. And if I can help you, by all means, pick my brain and, to get yourself started, get yourself rolling. But by all means, share that bilingual ability to rope more people into the community. You know what I mean? What? Luke, you don't speak Tagalog, do you? You speak Tagalog? I didn't know that. Wait a minute. Does Dino speak Tagalog? Or am I off on that one? I didn't know you speak Tagalog. You should have let me know. But awesome. Awesome. See that? This right here? Really? Oh, Dino's awesome. Oh, Dino's awesome. Hey man, like this right here is an example of what this community can do. You get what I'm saying? Just like that. Already we've made a connection from the US all the way to the Philippines. Just period. That's it. All you have to do is look into the chat, and it speaks for itself. So I really just want to say I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the community. I appreciate Cesar Joel, who this video is for. And this is just amazing. I didn't even know that. Because it was in one of these videos. I actually learned that Anthony Venture speaks Chinese. Like real Chinese. Like he speaks Chinese. He's pretty good with it. So there we go. Call me Lonnie says my English is bad, but my American is great. Well, ET Points home. Welcome to the community. Hope to see you in the comment section a lot more. I watch like pretty much everything, but I'm so busy I don't get to leave a lot of comments. But let me know if you start a channel. I would love to be a subscriber. There are people out there who I was their first subscriber, and I am still rocking with them. It costs nothing to show support. It really doesn't mean that somebody's going to create something that you like all the time. Because I know people who are subscribed to my channel, some of my stuff they like, some of it they don't, and it's okay, and vice versa. But it costs nothing to show that support. These eyeballs can watch many different channels. They don't have to just be focused on one. So just want to let you know, if you start, by all means, man. I'll never forget Chad, like 70 to 80 something. Yeah. I remember when I discovered Lonnie. I'm like, he's a unite. I remember the first video I watched of him, he was telling us the video was centered about how he is barely paid for travel over 10 years. He's a United loyalist. And that's the thing that caught me, because there are very few United loyalists that I had met in the community. Not saying that there are very few out there, but there are very few that I've met in the community. The majority of people that I've met really fly Delta mainly. And if they don't fly Delta, it's one of the budget airlines like Spirit, Southwest, mainly Southwest. So that was what hooked me. And then seeing Lonnie's content and how he laid everything out. And then in addition to the fact that he's a Star Wars head and I'm a Star Wars head, that was it. Hook, line, and sinker. I was locked in. Awesome. Awesome. Cesar, you got ET Points home. He's on. He said, I subscribe to everyone on here, actually. Lonnie, Luke, Spencer, and now Cesar too. Darius Jamal just hit. Darius Jamal asks, do you plan on getting any subs to build your points back up along with your earnings spend this year? If Player 2 is going to grab some as well. I know you've been on a roll with getting new cards. Actually, I'm looking at airline cards. The cards I was talking about with the family language, I'm actually looking at the Delta business line, because it's great to have business cards. You can't really have too many of them. And then on top of that, I can leverage Delta points. Now, for Delta points, I don't really use them for flights because they're horrible. But to upgrade my seats, you get better value in the United States using Delta points to upgrade your seats than you do for booking flights. And then also, just in case you guys missed JP Knowledge's video. All right, there we go. So he's a mega traveler as well, and he has seen the value of Delta Sky Miles, but their real value actually is retained as long as you do not touch United States soil. So if you can use Delta Sky Miles to fly from country to country and not touch the US, you're good to go. Other than that, I just use them to upgrade seats. So definitely, that is what I plan on doing. Now, as far as the wife goes, because she's not as deep in the game as I am, she really does enjoy the perks. I would have to actually guide her through some subs. So we got to see how we're going to work that because we had some car issues. We may have to replace one of the vehicles. So once we get that squared away, yeah, I mean, most of the subs that we're probably going to do is our business cards. That's probably what we're going to do. It's going to be the best bet for us because really the personal cards with family language and lockouts from Chase 524. I mean, unless she wants to lean hard in the city, it's really not much out there left for us. Let's see here. Filmo says, ET, you are in the right place. Very helpful and knowledgeable community here. MR says, too many consultants in Chicago. They steal all the United upgrades. That's why I chose Delta. Luke's points of Miles says, I'm a Star Wars guy too. Okay, there you go. Man, you're hitting all the buttons, Luke. ET Points Home says, I love Lonnie's take on United Airlines. ET Points Home says, thank you, Filmo. Glad to be here. Glad to meet you guys. Cesar Joel says, my channel is a little different. It's in Spanish, but I will check on your channel for sure. There we go. So, I mean, ain't really much more you could say about that. I wish more people were here, but I literally just finished a day of work. So, gonna go gather up the kiddos and, enjoy my weekend as a dad. So let's see here. Luke says Delta will have some decent sales too, like cheap economy stuff. Yeah, they actually do. If you check on their front page, they will do these things called Sky Miles deals, and they're pretty awesome. Anthony Venture. Anthony Venture has joined the chat. He says, I'm sorry, but we are going to gloss over the fact that Luke said he speaks Tagalog. No, I did not gloss over it whatsoever. I was literally just as surprised when I found out that you spoke Chinese. That's what he said. He speaks Tagalog. A lot of people, they don't even say the word right. So I am thoroughly impressed. Jackson Drake finally got airline status. Just a lowly Delta Silver, but it saved me on lines during the holidays. Jackson Drake, first of all, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live. And I'm going to tell you right now, out of all the statuses I've had, well, not all of them, I've had gold and silver. I will take silver any day of the week. That has just been it. I love the silver status. I've gotten more upgrades than gold. Delta Silver status for me always, always, always provides value. Let's see here. Luke says, Anthony, I was the only white fella at the big time parties in Virginia Beach. Alas, I don't speak anything but dirty words. Dino is actually my personal interpreter. All right, MR says, if you travel often to hustle, high level Delta status is worth it. Yeah, I would love it. Okay, Ariana is in here and saying hi. Hi. I don't know how to. I guess that's gone. Okay. Gotcha, Luke. Still awesome. Sure has its perks. Mabuti. Okay. Okay. So see, we got more community building here. So yeah, those are my plans. If you guys have any other questions for me, because we're right about 35 minutes, by all means, feel free. Did you have any collabs that you guys wanted to see? Can you Sober Habit says, can you please provide concrete steps and advice to stop drinking alcohol? Stop buying alcohol. Boom. That's it. That's all. Don't buy it. Or, well, that's it. And that's it. But yeah, do you guys have any other collabs that you guys would like to see me do? Because I actually have not done any collaborative stuff. I have some things in the works though. So I actually have one collab that I have scheduled. But if you guys want to see anything else, by all means, please feel free to let me know. Yeah, yeah, that's the concrete step. First step is don't buy it. Second step is if you don't buy it, then you don't drink it. That's the best I have for you, unfortunately. Drinking alcohol is a vice that I do. Um, I do subscribe to. Oh, BT Points Home California Respiratory Therapist. Yeah, I just did a stint out at the Sharp Healthcare Network in San Diego. I was out there just what was it, last month? Chad and Michael Wong. Okay, done. Yeah, I did Sharp Healthcare out in San Diego. I was out there for a while. I did Orange County last year. So yeah, man. Met some nice people out there. But yeah, man, this is great. This has been a great live here. And we touched on rent day, touched on my future plans. Darius, I hope I answered your question. I'm working on the sub for my MGM Mastercard because I do intend on using that because me and the young lady got the Vegas travel bug. So so I'm currently working on that. Oh, I'm getting some good ideas here. Sledging Team says Chad and Points Blank Travel. I was actually on his channel. I need to have him on mine. Chad and Kiki, yeah, Key's Adventures. Absolutely. Matt Clausen said he's going to throw together some tidbits. So, also, before what we're going to close out with here is another discussion that we had at the roundtable yesterday. Now, I want to know what you guys think about the recent changes to the Hilton Honors business card. Now, someone asked me what I think, and frankly, I think they're appropriate for a business. Now, you're going to see a lot of videos to the contrary that they're bad, but understand that in the eyes of Amex, a business is using this card, not a person. And in some cases, a person masquerading as a business. So it's like for this, I didn't say that they were good or bad. I just said that I think the changes are appropriate for them to really ratchet up the sign on bonus, ratchet up the points earning status, because what are businesses expecting other businesses to do? Altogether, class, they are expecting them to spend. So I don't know what you guys' thoughts are. By all means, please leave them in the chat. But I just wanted to weigh in on that. All right, looks like here, Matt Clausen says MGM points travel transfer 1-to-1 with Marriott. Yep, they are married now, so yeah, that is a thing. ET Points Home says travel work is a great way to maximize credit point system. Absolutely. Philmo says collab idea. Chad and the NFL game in Buffalo. Wait a minute, let me write that down. Buffalo in December. No, I'm not fooling. Look, I'm not gonna shit you. If I say I'm writing it down, I'm actually gonna write it down. So let me put it on my quick pages, quick sheets. There's a what game? NFL game in Buffalo in December. NFL game. Damn, it's gonna be cold, but I can tell you what. One thing I know that, and I'm not a big sports guy, and I have to underline it here. I am not a big sports guy, but I know if you want to see football fans, Buffalo is it. There is no more rabid a football fan than a Buffalo fan. So who knows? It could be fun and go out, get something close to the stadium, tailgate, check it out, bundle up and go. I'll try it. I'll just get warm and just make it happen. But definitely because we may, who knows, we may come there and then make a skip off to see the winter at Niagara Falls, which I heard is actually a very unique site. Luke says the Hilton Honors business card looks like an amazing card for someone who is using it for business. Credits offset the fee and can earn tons of hotel points. Exactly. The operative word that he said there was business. You got to be using it for business. If you're just using it just to have it, just because a creator told you to get it, like don't listen to people like me. What the hell do I know? The business part is what they're looking for. Matt Clausen says Hilton Honors Business went from a card I was seriously considering as a quote unquote business that no longer works for me since it's for a business. That's it. Football says dress warm. Chad's 2 minute drill. Buffalo in December. Sledge says that is a no go. Matt Clausen says avoid the folding tables. Luke says, why would anyone visit Buffalo? Oh, man. Matt says stadium is in Orchard Park. You know what? At this point now, just to experience new things, I would try it. I mean, winters don't really bother me very much. I always keep warm clothes because I'm from the Northeast. So no matter how long I've lived in Florida, never in my life have I ever gone without having a winter coat. It's just something that, it's in my DNA. But with that, I have NFL game in Buffalo. I want to thank everybody for coming out. We are just about at the 45-minute mark. I Chad is much more of a Cincinnati guy. Come to the jungle. Hey, you know what? Let me put Cincinnati. Because I've been told that really going to games a lot of the time is about the atmosphere. The game is still the game, obviously, but the atmosphere, the tailgating, like I've heard it's just a vibe. Like to people who have actually went to Dolphins games here in Miami, I've heard that the vibe is just there. Like you can't beat it. So yeah. So I just wanted to touch on that once again. Want to give a shout out to my man, Cesar Joel. Thank you for all you do in the community. This spotlight is for you. By all means, please, if you know anybody who speaks Spanish, send them to his channel. Check out Cesar Joel's channel because Cesar Joel is a full Spanish speaking channel and he also has great respect in the Spanish speaking community, has a wide range of videos. He has done English. Also, anybody who wants to collaborate with him, I would suggest you reach out to him. Um, like I said, me and him have something. We talked about it, then, it got lost in the sauce. But like I said, hold me accountable. I have some collab ideas. I have Key, I have Cesar, I have Michael Wong, just making sure I know. And points blank travel. So we have those. And with that, this is the time where I say what you know I'm about to say. And that is that you and 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 you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here. I do not count milestones because every person that has dedicated their time to listening to me talk is a milestone in my book. I remember I was at 0, not knowing where I was going to get the first 10, 50, 100, 500. So those milestones are out the window now. Every single one of you is a milestone. I appreciate you because without you, there is no me. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you taking said time, especially on this Good Friday. Welcome to everybody in the chat. If you were brand new, if you were just passing through, if you've been with me for a while, I appreciate every single one of you. Shout out to Cesar Joel. Salute. Sledge in the building. Luke, ET Points Home, MK, Filmo, Matt Clausen, Anthony Venture, even the spam chick, Ariana. Hey, welcome. Andrea Charles was here, great friend of the channel. Cesar Joel, obviously, Matt Clausen, MR. Thank you, Darius Jamal. And I want to give a huge shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate you. As you know, that when I put my material out, I let you guys take a look at it first, so that way you can feel free to absorb it. Thank you so much. Remember, at multiple levels, if you need help with points bookings, I will definitely devote time and help you out in any way possible. You can catch me on the Venture Capital Discord. You can catch me on Instagram. You can catch me here. So with that, that is about it. I'm not going to hold you guys up any further. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Shout out to Cesar Joel one more time before we end this thing. So with that being said, take it easy. Wait, and happy Easter to those who celebrate Easter. That was a thing. Okay, now bye.